Hey beautiful soul stars, welcome to Starlight Starbright Tarot. I hope you're all well. Love, light and blessings to each and every one of you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Okay, and the nagging question that I'm receiving this morning is, why is the devil so interested in you? So that's an interesting little download, obviously for someone who needs to hear it, who's trying to work it out. You know, you're trying to do everything right and things are just thrown into your path. There's also that saying, the devil made me do it. Oh, okay. How about God made you do it? Okay, love to you. Let's get started. And yeah, we're starting with, I have this Oracle, 144 Chosen Ones by Magic Got the Tea. There are some spelling mistakes in it, so that's okay. So I have these, 144 Chosen. Why is the devil so interested in you? Let's find out. Nope. Highly ranked in the spiritual world. Because you're highly ranked in the spiritual world. You don't believe this though. They want to lower your ranking in the spiritual world. There could also be something here to do walking, like I'm getting the moon card, walking between two worlds, walking that narrow path. And you know, the devil just wants you to stumble into the devil camp from time to time. This is why we have to be careful with our habits, with our way of living, with our thoughts and all of these sorts of things. Self-correcting is what I'm getting is needed. So highly ranked in the spiritual world, this is what you are. And the devil's trying to diminish you in the eyes of God, in the eyes of the workers and protectors of light. So let's find out more. Yeah, because, you know, you'll get little demons tattletaling on you. Oh my God, you know what they did? They drank too much wine. They smoked a cigarette. You know, demon dibberdobbers. I'm getting demon dibberdobbers. And we all feel guilty for things, like we're being made to feel guilty. But just remember, you know, Jesus died for our sins and, you know, you are whole and you are replenished. That doesn't give you a green light to do anything you want. We have to strive to be better every day, to be enlightened. And we have strength because you're so strong. You know, you have a lot of spiritual strength. You're a beautiful person. And you're being given this strength, the strength to overcome. The more you grow in strength, the more you put your light out there, the higher you go up the ladder of ascension. I'm getting Jacob's Ladder now. That was a movie but way back. But yeah, because, you know, you're growing in strength every day. God wants you to be strong. And the devil loves nothing more than to weaken the warriors of light. So holding to your strength as well, no matter the trials and tribulations that you've been through. See, walking that narrow path, lions either side of you. Lions are protection, they're protective energy, they're masculine energy. So, you know, you walk this narrow path, but you have spirit, angels, loved ones on either side of you that you can hold on to, that you can let guide you to keep you on the righteous path, is what I'm getting, without being righteous, if you know what I mean. So your strength, yeah, you're very important. You have a lot of strength. For the devil to have someone like you in their camp would give the dark forces a great deal of power. So the thing is that you don't actually understand your full strength, or maybe you do. Maybe coming to realize that just trying to manifest anything, being selfish, being greedy, all of those 7 deadly sins are really not fulfilling your higher purpose. You know, you feel you're bound for something bigger is what I'm getting. In the traditional Rider-Waite, we see the Empress in service. We see an Empress with a lion, Leo energy here. You know, very, very strong. You could have very beautiful hair. Thick hair is what I'm getting, regardless of the length. But also, you know, you take a lot of pride in your appearance. And you take a lot of pride in rising above, or you're going to feel very proud of yourself for rising above the devil tricks, because the devil sends you narcissists, all sorts of people, all sorts of stuff throughout your life in order to trap you in negative energy, to make you a prisoner of your own mind. What did I hear yesterday? Yes, it was a quote that was very interesting. The hardest prison to escape from is your own mind. It was repeated by someone, but I think it must be a philosopher's. Yeah, I'm trying to remember, but I can't. But yeah, the hardest prison to escape from is your own mind. So the devil sets all sorts of traps for you when you're at your most vulnerable. When you're at your most vulnerable is when you need to be at your strongest. when it comes to faith and walking your path. So why is the devil so interested in you? Because you're highly ranked in the spiritual world. You are very strong. The devil actually admires you for your strength as much as God admires you for your strength. So there's a fight for your soul, probably since you were a child is what I'm getting. And the Princess of Wands here, the Princess of Wands is good news, is a scout, but since you were a child, you may have been a very passionate child, or there could have been something around your birth that has, around your birth that kind of was part of the devil's plan, is what I'm getting. So you could have been born out of some kind of passionate situation, born out of some kind of deceitful situation, but also you were kind of given up as a child to the devil is what I'm saying. So you could have had satanic parents, or you could have had people who believe in all of that kind of thing with the Princess of Wands here. But you're very powerful, very insightful, very intuitive since you were a child. And see, there could have been something like born out of some kind of, see, this is the root chakra here. So born out of some kind of violation of root chakra. So, but you're very fiery, you're very passionate, and you're very powerful. See, this person can levitate, can rise up, and that's, I'm not talking actual levitation, although there are people who can do such things, but just that you have contained this power ever since you were a child. And the other thing is that you're being praised for is that you've never really misused it. Yes, you might have been cruel sometimes, you might have been emotional, you may have, it's like, you haven't always been at your best, but this is because you've had a lot of challenges to face since you were very young, almost going it alone, being pushed out. We see this Page of Wands is a child, is a young person, they go and scout, they go and find out what's going on before the army, it's like the scout is the bravest of all because they're young, they have to relay messages between one camp and the other, they're pushed out to go and check out what's going on around the corners so that the army isn't going to fall into traps. So, the scout is a person who seeks news, seeks information so that the army, the legion behind them can have safe passage. And that's a lot of responsibility for a young person. And we also see this in war movies, young people who run giving messages between and orders between people in power. So you're God's messenger is what I'm getting. You have to be able to see what's in front, what's around the corner, so that others don't fall into the same traps that you may have fallen into. But no matter how many devil traps are set for you, you kind of always come out winning. You come out stronger. And this really gives you much higher ranking when it comes to the spiritual world. This elevates you as well. You become wiser and stronger because of it. And that doesn't mean you haven't had your moments where, where wisdom just has failed you, where, your behaviors have been very much in the 3D. But you've always, and you will always, if you haven't already, pull yourself out of that shadow cave, out of Plato's cave, and realize there's something much bigger, much lighter, beyond the cave of shadows. So, you've walked through the shadows, you've walked through the shadow of death, and you have feared evil. Yes, you have, but you've grown and learned not to fear evil because you are protected by the divine. You are God's messenger. This is your role. Your role is to bring people with you, is to give them messages, to help them grow, to help them to sustain, to know that things that they can overcome the worst of having their souls sold as children. But no one can sell someone's soul. It's impossible. It's a lie. And of course, people can be, if you believe something, then it can be true. So be careful of the mind manipulators is what I'm getting to say to you. But you never sold your soul. You have risen above. You've always raised your arms in surrender at some point, or this is what's being asked of you, to surrender to the divine and knowing all will be well. Surrender to your path because you are a messenger of light in the world. And then the Princess of Swords, standing your ground. So, you know, we have two princesses here. Generally, the Princess of Swords and Wands are young people, so children. You know, you're defiant as well. Not only are you very powerful, are you very spiritual, you're very intuitive. And also, there's something highly attractive about you ever since you were a child. Maybe in the eyes, see these big eyes. Maybe you had, you know, interesting, beautiful hair. You were admired for some part of yourself as a child. You'd look at someone and somebody would say, wow, what a beautiful child, or what beautiful eyes, or beautiful hair, or something like this. Yeah, you know, that you're being elevated every time you overcome the devil's tricks. So, you know, because you're so powerful in the spirit world, you would also be a very powerful worker of the dark. And you're being kept a little bit hidden because of this, because you need to strengthen and grow so that when the devil plays their tricks, you're not falling for that ever again. You're keeping yourself elevated. You're keeping yourself peaceful and calm. At the bare minimum, peaceful and calm. But Princess of Swords, you've defied all the odds. You know how to stand firm. You follow your own values, morals and beliefs. You know your truth. You are truthful. It's almost like I'm getting that you were like berated for being a good person when you were a child. Like, oh, aren't you a goody two-shoes? Oh, George Washington can never tell a lie. Oh, you know, I'm getting that kind of vibe. You know, that's an evil parent at work, or the devil working, you know, working through a very weak person spiritually. So you could have a sister, you could be one of two, one who stands very firm and quiet, the other who's very passionate and moves forward. And maybe you've had to find the balance to be these things, know when to say, know when to take action, because wands are action, knowing when to take action and knowing when to stand still, knowing when to just stand your ground is what I'm getting to say to you as well. You have fought many battles, and these battles make you stronger. Also very intelligent as a child, not just passionate and creative, but also a very intelligent child. You may have been very silent for a long time, is what I'm getting as well. You may have not spoken very much when you were young, and preferring to create, you know, in your own little bubble of creation is what I'm getting to say to you. And you have the Ace of Pentacles here. So, you know, the big opportunity, the devil's always looking for an opportunity to have powerful souls on their side. See, we've got this like weird, you know, like, it's like those pop-ups that you bang back down, you know. This is like kind of like a devil energy, ha ha ha. You know, this is a fight between, you know, light and dark, and you're caught in the middle of this is what I'm getting to say to you. And we have, you know, the pentagram here in full view. Of course, you know, I think that's why people think tarot is evil, because of the pentagram. But yeah, you don't have to do witchcraft. And if you're a divine being, doesn't matter what you do, it will always be for good. Like, we have good witches, we have good people who are esoteric, we have good people who are in churches, we have good people in every area of life. It's about your intention. So the number 4 of stability here as well, as above so below. But yeah, the divine, it's like you cut through all the bullshit, and it's your mission on earth to shine your light bright is what I'm getting to say to you. You're being elevated. What was under that? And the Prince of Pentacles. Yeah, see, you know, we have dark force energy here. This person's overcome by darkness. You know, this is another child. There could be 3. But yeah, this person's overcome with darkness, you know, thinking they've missed an opportunity. Maybe this is you. Maybe been through many tests, exams and studies. And yeah, we have times where it's just slow going. It just feels like you're walking in mud. Sometimes, you know, you have energy vampires and they just drain you of everything. And this is why it's important to elevate, to take every big opportunity that comes your way, to elevate, to praise God, to have mantras every day that make you feel uplifted and good. is what I'm getting to say to you. So no matter how difficult it has been, there could be a brother here, so there could be three, there could be a brother here who succumbed to the dark forces, who was so bent and broken by the evil that this person succumbed. But they're looking back. They could also be sorry. This could even be a past over. You know, when we lose people out of our lives, it sends us into the darkness, doesn't it? But you need to come up for air. You need to breathe the light. But you could have a masculine, a young masculine who is in your life or has been in your life, you know, and they're sorry that this could be an apology. They're really, really sorry that they didn't do more for you when you were young. They're really sorry that they didn't protect you. But they're saying to you that they were so lost in the dark, their mind was broken. So you could have had a very abusive childhood. There could have been things here to do with root chakra abuse, this kind of thing. Somebody who's trying to bend your mind, you know, this kind of stuff. But no matter what happened, you know, you were a person of light, you know. And see this, we have this light being here as well. You've always been able to see and interpret signs. You've always been able to see people of light, people of the other side, hear their voices, you know, you clear everything. But yes, it's kind of like the devil's going to have to surrender because you're just growing so big. But also, you know, you're here to help others. You're here to bring peace to others in their battle, in their fight. Yeah, a lot of sexual energy here, temptation energy, and Nine of Cups, you know. I'm getting indulgence more for the Nine of Cups than anything else. So, you know, fall ye not into temptation, or if you fall into temptation, make sure you get out of it pretty quick, is what I'm getting to say to you. So this is why the devil is chasing you, because you're a powerful person. You're a powerful manifester. You're a powerful creator. You don't actually realize this. You're afraid to use your powers with the Princess of Swords here, just sitting, watching, waiting. Because you don't want to misuse your power. But your greatest superpower is being able to get up and keep going. You know, no matter how many times you get knocked down, you just keep getting up over and over again. You know, bigger, better, stronger. And see, here's the devil, the banshee. They say when you hear the banshee scream, your time is up. So, you know, this is Celtic. These are Celtic, these cards. And then we have Witch's Bottle. So, you know, you've been dealing with, yeah, you've definitely been dealing with the devils. You've been dealing with dark forces, speaking through people who are supposed to love you, protect you, nurture you. There could have been curses put on you and all of these sorts of things. You could just feel like you're screaming on the inside, like you have a screaming person that needs to get out. Yes, you need to work on that, work out what that is and release it. So, you know, this is dark magic, dark forces at work, and they're screaming. You know, they're screaming, they're bellowing because because the more they try and strike you down, the more it goes back on them, because you are a special person of light, and the stronger you grow. And this is driving them fucking crazy. It doesn't matter how many lotions and potions they put out there. But also, you know, maybe you even recognize yourself a little bit in this. You know, maybe you've had your days of just screaming out, but you haven't been screaming out to be malicious. You've been screaming out for whoever, whatever, to stop. You know, you've been fighting for people you love. You've been frustrated in trying to, you know, hold things together. But, you know, sometimes we have to crack open wide in order to rebuild with the, you know, there's a tower energy. But yeah, they're going hopping mad because, you know, you are highly ranked in the spiritual world, and it doesn't matter what they do, it's kind of like it backfires on everyone. You may not feel that, you may not feel that you're actually getting real-time, real-life justice, but you're having spiritual justice. And if you really feel like the dark is consuming you, that's okay. Pray to God. Know that you're a person of light. Pray to the angels. Elevate yourself. Do some mantras. I am love and I am valuable. I am worthy. I am whole. God loves me. The angels love me. Everyone loves me. And these dark forces will not win. These sorts of mantras are very powerful. But you're here to shed light in the dark as well. Anybody who tries to hurt and harm you, it's written down in the Book of Life. And these people are hopping mad because they're just, just when they think they've got you, just when the dark forces are consuming you, you don't ultimately succumb. You pull yourself out of it, because what else are you going to do? You can't lie down and, you can't lie down to this. You have to have a spiritual defiance is what I'm getting. So, so we'll just do a couple of tea leaves. So this is quite a powerful reading, to be honest. I hope it resonates with you. And just, send your love and light out into the world. Be love. People say you need to go through Jesus. You need to go through the Son of God in order to get to heaven. But what does it mean to go through Jesus? It's not just enough to believe in Jesus. You have to believe in what Jesus represented, or any of the ascended masters. What was the thing that Jesus spoke most about? And it was love. Love. Love heals everything. And we have to walk in love. We have to travel light. We have to unburden ourselves. It doesn't mean that you can't have material things. I had an epiphany this morning to do with the art of attachment, and I posted it on X. I've often pondered the art of attachment, and it came to me this morning. And actually, I'll tell you exactly what I wrote. Excuse my computer. I put everything into notes. So, the true art of detachment comes when you detach from everything, yet value everything at the same time. And I also was thinking, because everything at the atomic level has life. Everything at the atomic level has life. The true art of detachment comes when you detach from everything, yet value everything at the same time, as if all things are precious, but not yours to possess. So, you are precious, and God does not seek to possess you. God seeks to love you and for you to follow in godly things, is what I'm getting. Whereas the devil wants to possess you. So anything and anyone who wants to possess you is not for you. So tea leaf, not unsuccessful plans. Yeah, see, the banshee, you're too powerful. You're too powerful ultimately. And I know you've probably had great despair. You probably lost everything. And you're confused and don't understand why. It's because we have to understand that we are who we are because we're highly valued in the spiritual world. We are a child of God. We are a worker of light. And we have to turn to our faith and to understand that we will be resurrected bigger and stronger in every moment that we turn to faith. God, stop feeling sorry for yourself. What have I learned from this? How can I find, instead of, being a victim, how can I have a successful mindset in that I need a solution to this? Or if there is no solution, then sit quietly, continue in what you're doing in good faith, and meditate and pray. Sometimes we just have to be patient even when things are really difficult. But at the end of it, what you're being asked to do in the worst of your times is just to be peaceful and calm when you're triggered. Be peaceful and calm when people are trying to fight you, or when people are trying to drag you into chaos. Try and find that peace and calm. And I still have a hard time with that. I get triggered so easily because I've been through so much. I'm getting better at kind of not responding so much. The turnaround is a lot quicker, from falling into the darkness and coming back to the light. The turnaround's gone from years to months to weeks to days to hours. Yeah. So victory. Yeah, you're having V for victory, success in some endeavor when it comes to your abilities, when it comes to your spiritual work, when it comes to your words here, with swords here, when it comes to your creative power, when it comes to your ability to shrug it off and just keep going no matter how terrible things seem or how terrible they are. You've got a big opportunity. You're being offered a big opportunity to put all this to the test. So good luck. something important such as a new job or a pay rise. Yeah, you're raising up. You're on your path as well. You're going to have a big financial opportunity coming your way to do with your creative power, to do with your ability to stand strong in silence, to only speak when you need to. And when you do speak, it's important and it's measured. But yes, you're going to have a big opportunity. Maybe you've studied a lot of things with the Prince of Pentacles here and the Ace of Wands, had a lot of ideas, you might have had a lot of different jobs, but you've gained in a lot of experiences, so nothing's wasted is what I'm getting as well. Everything you've learned, everything you've experienced, if you've had a lot of schooling, you have degrees, or if you haven't had degrees, you've worked in different sectors. Life is a box of chocolates, and when you sample a lot of things and experience a lot of different things, it actually gives you more for the divine to work with for some kind of business that you will, that will assist and guide others. But also you're being financially rewarded. You don't need to worry about money. Victory is yours. Just know your power, and the banshee can scream all they like. You cannot hear the banshee, and that's it. Maybe you felt you were the banshee from time to time, but that's okay. You have grown to be a much better person today than you were yesterday, and that is what is being asked of you. All right, love to you. Bye.